दोस्तों इस क्लास में आपको डिक्टेशन दूंगा मैं 100 WPM पर 600 वर्ड्स की डिक्टेशन है, आपको डिक्टेशन में प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं। बी रेडी फॉर इट। The historical background and the changes that the provisions of section 2E and section 4 have undergone show that not all employees were initially sought to be covered under the Act. Those who were in wage brackets greater than what was stipulated in section 2E till it was finally amended to do away with the wage bracket were not covered by the Act. The trust deed and the scheme sought to devise an apparatus and make provision for those who were otherwise not covered by the Act, and for this reason contemplated two kinds of employees. The trust deed and the scheme were executed and formulated in the year 1979, when the wage bracket was a definite parameter for an employee to be covered under the Act. The intent of the trust deed and the scheme has to be understood in that perspective. The idea was not to afford to the employees who are covered by the provisions of the Act a package better than what was made available by the Act, but it was to extend similar benefit to those who would not be covered by the Act. In Bede District Central Cooperative Bank Limited, the gratuity scheme provided by the employer had better rate for computing gratuity, but the ceiling limit was lower, whereas the entitlement under the provisions of the Act was at a lesser rate, but the ceiling prescribed by the Act was higher than what was provided by the employer. This court laid down that an employee must take complete package as offered by the employer, or that which is available under the Act, and he could not have synthesis or combination of some of the terms under the scheme provided by the employer, while retaining the other terms offered by the Act. That was a situation where two alternatives were available to the employee. The High Court in the present case, however, distinguished said decision on the ground that the scheme of the appellant itself provided for the rates as per section 4(2) of the Act, but without upper limit under section 4(3) of the Act. In our view, the High Court failed to consider the effect and impact of Rule 6(b) of the scheme. The single judge did refer to said Rule 6(b), but found that the rule was so broadly drafted that it could not be constructed and construed to contemplate the ceiling limit under section 4(3) of the Act. In our view, the true import of Rule 6(b), which gets further emphasized by stipulation in the appendix to the scheme, was lost sight of by the authorities under the Act and by the High Court. If an employee is covered by the provisions of the Act according to said Rule 6(b), the amount of gratuity has to be calculated in accordance with the provisions of the Act. The appendix to the scheme reiterates the same principle. Thus, in case of such an employee, the gratuity has to be calculated in accordance with the provisions of the Act, and while so calculating, not only the basic principle available in section 4(2) as to how the gratuity is to be calculated must be applied, but also the ceiling, which is part of section 4(3), must also apply. The rates and the modalities of calculations of gratuity as available under the section and scheme of the rules are to apply only to those employees who are not covered by the provisions of the Act. We have, therefore, no hesitation in holding that the authorities under the Act and the High Court erred in accepting the claim preferred by the respondent. We hold that the appellant was right in going by the provisions of the Act in the present matter and by the ceiling prescribed under section 4(3) of the Act. दोस्तों इसी के साथ ही डिक्टेशन फिनिश होती है। उम्मीद है आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छे से इसे लिखा होगा। कंटिन्यू प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए। आपसे मुलाकात करूंगा अगली क्लास में अगली ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के साथ। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर।